don't see why I have to go home just because they're back. I want to stay here with you.
Not to mention Steve MacDonald.
They'll be expecting you, Joe. You know what Dad's like.
Well, he'd let me stay if you asked. He always listens to you.
That's debatable. But I'm not about to ask, so there's no point in you arguing.
I'll do all the shopping and the tidying up, even the cooking, ironing, the lot. You wouldn't have to lift a finger.
Sorry, nous allons aller en France, ma petite.
Show off. You don't really want to break your back picking squishy grapes, do you? Well, there's flies and mosquitoes.
Oh, all that sun. I can't wait.
Well, then you go. But you don't have to. Oh, I won't give you any trouble, I promise. I just want to be here with you. Please, Flick. Please.
You see, I've always enjoyed our cosy little meals together. You know, being one big, normal, happy family.
Oh, you burst me flaming egg again.
You see, you're going to miss all this when you go.
Why, he's going to have breakfast in Hartlepool, isn't he?
But not made by me, won't no.
That's the incentive, isn't it, eh? With a bit of luck, you might not get your flaming egg burst, girlie.
Do you know, I don't know why you're being so flaming happy. I'll miss having a human being in the house.
Man has to progress, Vera. Upward and onward.
Well, that won't apply to you. You've always been downward and backward.
I've made mistakes, and I admit it. This is why I'm proud of this lad here. I just hope our next lodger gives us the same satisfaction.
His bed ain't gone cold yet, and you're on about getting somebody else in. Have you got no feeling, eh?
Jack is just being practical, Vera. Which reminds me, I heard Mark talking about a mate of his who's looking for a place. Do you want me to mention it to him?
No. There's no need. I've got to give this matter a lot of consideration. We don't take just any lusty young youths into our bosom, you know. Do we, Vera?
I wouldn't care. We all know her dad's got more loot than the rest of us put together. She don't need out from you.
Look, can I have my breakfast in peace, or what?
By all means. Just answer me one simple question. Why have you made a new will?
How many more times? I've told you I didn't. I simply made a few minor alterations to the old one.
Such as leaving a little something to Victoria.
Oh, come on, Beb, be reasonable. She is my only granddaughter. When I drafted my original will, I didn't even know she existed.
Fair enough. All I'm asking is, what sort of a little something have you left her?
Now, that is where you are out of order. A last will and testament's a very personal thing between a man and his maker. I don't question you on any bequest you might have made, do I?
I've not flipping made any.
No, but if you did, if you wanted to leave a little keepsake to your old mate Rita, for instance, or Betty, well, that's up to you. Respect your rights to do what you please with your own bits and bobs.
We're not just talking about bits and bobs, are we?
Well, we might be.
Oh, come on, Alec. We all know you're not just leaving the kid your gold cufflinks and your autograph photograph of Shirley Bassey. Where are you going now?
Somewhere where I can have my egg and bacon without getting ulcers, that's where.
I just don't believe this. I mean, that kid sister of yours can just twist you around her little finger.
I can't help seeing her point of view, Jen. I mean, Daddy's a sweetheart, but when it comes to bringing up daughters, his ideas come straight out of the ark. I know when I was her age, I was itching for a bit of freedom.
When I was her age, I had all the freedom I could handle. What I wanted was a dad to come along and lay down some ground rules.
Yes, I know. It seems you can't win either way.
Well, she can, if you decide to let her stay.
Well, it wouldn't be so dreadful.
Oh, no, it wouldn't, would it? I mean, it'd only wreck what's left of our holiday.
Well, you can still go. I've told you that all along.
Yeah, and I've told you I'm not going on my own. We'd go as a team, that was the deal.
She probably just misses me. We used to be very close when I lived at home.
Oh, come on, Flick. She's not staying here so that you two can stay up and have cosy little late-night chats. All she's interested in is snogging with Steve MacDonald.
Do you reckon you can swing it then?
I might do, if that Jenny wasn't sticking her nose in.
Oh, your sister doesn't have to do what she tells her.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. Flick wants to go to France as well.
Yeah, well, I can't say I believe her.
Me neither. I'm going to do it myself one of these days. Just pack a rucksack and take off.
What, both of us?
Oh, yeah, that'd be brilliant. Hitchhiking down the Med.
Snorkeling, water skiing, parasailing.
Sunbathing, sleeping under the stars.
Eating fish, we catch ourselves.
Can you catch fish?
No, but it'd be good though, wouldn't it? I mean, that's what they're doing on the Castaway films.
Anyway, I'm not keen on it myself. Soon I'll have a burger. But just to be somewhere where there weren't any mothers or fathers or sisters.
Oh, brothers.
Interfering. Just you and me. Oh, Steve, wouldn't it be wonderful?
What would you give to be that age again, eh, kid? No, not me, flower. I wouldn't be a teenager again for all the tea and shine. That's when I met Gail's dad.
Hey, what was he like?
Good looking. And? That was it. Hank of hair and a pretty face, not much else. No. Well, when you're 18 and the hormones are popping, I mean, you don't much bother about whether they've got qualities like reliability and kindness. Actually, do you know, if I'd met Alfie then, I wouldn't have given him the time of day.
Well, I can't say reliable exactly fits Mike, but what he'll do for me.
Is the magic still there?
Well, not like that, but I mean, that doesn't last, does it? Who's to say ours will, though, I love? The trick is to make the most of it while you've got it.
If I want another cup of tea, is it too much to expect service, or shall I come and get it myself?
Hey, Blondie, you know when you were saying that you were looking for some new digs?
No, it was you who was saying that, Jack.
Ah, yeah, well, that's because I got a little bit upset with you saying how grotty it was getting at your place, you see, because I think a girl like yourself should live in the lap of luxury.
Oh, I agree. Unfortunately, laps of luxury don't usually come within a barmaid's price range.
Yeah, well, there's this place I know. I mean, it's not luxury exactly, but it's friendly, relaxed, home from home.
Sounds great. What's the catch?
No catch. I mean, now that Curly's moving...
Your place? You want me to move in with you?
Well, you need digs, we need a lodge. It doesn't sound that flaming ridiculous to me.
No, it's not. You're right. It makes a lot of sense.
Of course it does. I mean, it's just down the road from work, innit? You could have a little room of your own, which I decorated myself not long ago. You could have a hot meal when you finish
Right,
work.
all right. You've convinced me. Only one problem. Can you convince Vera?
I mean, I am proud of Curly, Vera, I am. And I don't want to stand in the way of his career. It's just that, well, I'm so scared of losing him.
But you won't, Flower. Look, he loves you.
He does now. But what about when he gets up there with all them girls looking up at him and hanging off his every word? I mean, it could go to his head.
Not Curly. Ah, Jack, yes. I mean, if a traffic warden give him a ticket, he thinks you were trying to chat him up.
Gosh, I hated him myself, though, Vera. And I've always thought how possessive women are so pathetic.
Yeah, but listen, it's not being possessive, is it? Not wanting your boyfriend to go living hundreds of miles away. Have you told him you don't want him to go?
I mean, Vera, I can hardly ask him to turn it down, can I?
Well, yes, if it's making you nappy.
But then that'd make him unhappy and he'd hate me for standing in his way. I just wish I'd never been offered the flipping job in the first place. I mean, it's all Mr. Holdsworth's fault.
Right then, Dad. Yeah, see you tomorrow then. Give my love to Mum. Bye.
Thanks a lot. You didn't even ask him, did you?
Well, you've got to go back sooner or later.
Well, I didn't have to go back now. I could have stayed till September.
Not on your own. Jenny and I'll go with you to Canterbury. We'll stay overnight and then catch the Dover ferry to Calais.
Well, don't bother sending me a postcard.
Joe! I know how you feel about Steve. But I remember the first time I fell in love. Or thought I had.
Oh, terrific. Stand by for the lecture. How Big Sister knows
No,
best.
I don't know best. God, that's just the point. I got very badly hurt. Well, he was much older than me and... well, I just made a complete fool of myself, that's all. Took me a long time to get over it, too.
Did Dad know?
Of course not. You all need to have some secrets. But I do know what you're going through.
I only wanted to be with him a bit longer. That's so terrible.
Where have you been till now? Out altering your will again?
Bet, love.
Don't bet, love me. I wouldn't put it past you to have gone out and left her the lot just to spite me. You really don't care about me at all, do you, now you've got your precious family back?
That is ridiculous.
Alec, all I want to know is that I still matter to you. Is that so much to ask?
But you know you do. I've told you. Why can't you believe me?
Because you won't prove it by telling me the truth. How do you think that makes me feel?
Yes, and how do you think it makes me feel with you nagging on about what's going to happen to me bits and pieces once I've popped me clogs? I'm surprised you've not sent me for a medical, find out how long I've got.
That's not what this is all about.
Well, it seems like it to me. Well, you're going the right way to get what you want, lady, by driving me into an early grave. You'll not have long to wait to find out who I've left me millions to, will you?
Can I have a word, Mr. Holsworth?
Well, this is my lunch hour, Mrs.
Yeah,
Douglas.
well, I won't keep you a minute. It's about Curly. Mr. Watts.
Right, fine young man, he'll go far.
Yeah, well, that's what she's worried about.
Who?
Kimberly. She's worried in case he goes too far and forgets all about her. She's got herself into the right state of this move.
Well, it's a step up the career ladder.
Yeah, but she's not interested in a career ladder. She's in love. I mean, even you must have been in love sometime. Don't send him to Hartlepool. Tell him that they've changed their mind. You can do it, Mr. Holsworth.
No, I could do, Mrs. Duckworth, but I don't intend to. Look, when structuring managerial appointments, head office can hardly be expected to take into account the hysterical reactions of some over-emotional girls. So if you don't mind, Mrs. Duckworth, I would like to finish my lunch.
Good, it's you. I thought it were him.
What? What are you up to?
Well, I reckon the only way I'm going to find out what's in this will of his is to have a look for myself.
You don't think he'd be daft enough to leave it lying about, do you?
Well, he keeps all his bits and personal pieces of paper in here. You never know, there might be a clue. A letter to his solicitor or something. What's this?
Bad doggy.
The key to his safety deposit box.
What are you keeping that?
I don't know, Flower. I didn't even know he had a safety deposit box till 2 seconds ago.
I don't understand why we need a new system, Mr. Patterson. See, the old one served us perfectly. Updated, yeah. Direct purchase. Connected to our supplies by what was that again? Electronic data interchange. Yes, yes, of course I'm familiar with the term, yes. And we'll have terminals, modems connected to what? Multiplexers, yes, yes, good old multiplexers. Yes. Oh, we'll have to learn to work through the menus in the system and appreciate the technical implications, right. Yeah. Well, I will. No, of course I've no objection to going on a course, no. What sort of course would that be? Highly technical? Well, naturally, yes. Right, well, goodbye, Mr. Patterson. God, let me. Laser scanning? SCUs? EDIs? Hello. Miss Maxwell, please. Personnel, here. I'm making a leave tomorrow.
I see. Well, Canterbury's not that far away. Perhaps you could write to each other.
Oh, great.
We could go visit her in the next holidays.
Oh, yeah, and I could really see her old man loving that.
I'm sorry, love. But you knew from the start she wasn't going to be around for long.
Yeah, well, she could have stayed a couple more weeks, though, couldn't she? If her sister hadn't put the mockers on.
It's not fair to blame Felicity. She's responsible for Joanne while she's here. Surely there must be plenty of nice girls local.
Oh, not like her.
Didn't say that about Beverly Turner or Nicola Croft a few weeks ago. Going ape over the pair of them, he was.
Stop winding him up.
Well, he deserves it. Sloppy pillock. Losing his marbles over a stupid bird.
Like you didn't fancy yourself, I suppose.
I didn't fall apart over her, though, sunshine. Was she worth it?
Right! That's it! I've had enough! You, upstairs!
What for?
Upstairs! And you, just be thankful your dad's not home.
Well, it's not my fault. He's the one causing all the trouble. Falling in love. Stupid git.
Yeah. Well, some girl might break your heart one day. Then you just might have a bit more sympathy.
Me? No chance.
Miss Maxwell said you wanted me.
Oh, yes. Very efficient girl, that.
Yeah, well, she wears her skirts too short.
Really? Can't say I'd noticed. Mind you, we do pride ourselves on running a very advanced management here, Norman. Freedom of choice and all that, what?
Yeah, I don't think it's appropriate for staff to be walking around with the undergarments showing.
Oh, quite. Well, perhaps that's something you could put your mind to over the next few weeks. Drawing up an acceptable code of standards for the female personnel.
Me? I won't be here, will I?
No, I'm afraid that's been cancelled.
What?
Yeah, deleted, negated, expunged. That's what I wanted to see about.
But why they can't do that?
Well, head office in their wisdom can do what they want, I'm afraid.
But why? Why have they put the block on it?
Ours is not to ask the reason why. Ours is but to do it I. Never mind. I'm sure something better will manifest itself in the near future. Personally, I'm very glad at being able to retain my most competent member of staff. I must ask this. I am right in thinking that you're a computer buff, aren't I, Norman?
You needn't keep popping in to keep your eye on me. I'm managing fine.
I'm not exactly popping in so much as popping out. Forgotten how claustrophobic being a housewife was.
Oh, you're more like your mum than you know, or you just missed her, actually.
I hope she's been of some help to you.
Oh, well, you know, Audrey, I mean, 1 minute she's here, next minute she just nipped off to have her hair done.
Yes, well, there are some women like that, not exactly guaranteed to pull the weight.
I know, but I just have to grin and bear it. I mean, she is doing me a favour, after all. And anyway, she's always good for a laugh when she's here.
Well, at least Martin won't be always popping out to get his highlights stripped.
Hey, how does he feel about coming back?
Resigned, I think. He liked it at the hospital.
He's making quite a sacrifice, isn't he, poor lamb?
Well, he can always go back once the baby's born and I'm back on my feet. Though heaven knows when that will be.
It gets you down sometimes, doesn't it, all this responsibility?
What responsibility? Widow? Third child on the way? Toy boy, living lover? Look at them. Do you think they know they're having the time of their lives?
Are you sure she didn't say where she was going?
I told you, according to Bet, she went out at 2:30 and said she'd be back later.
But how much later, for Pete's sake? It's gone 6 o'clock.
She'll have gone shopping, won't she? You know what women are like when they've got a few bob burning all in the pocket? She'll be coming through that door any minute now, festooned in frock bags. You see if I'm not right.
Thank you, Jack. It's a great comfort.
He mentioned something about computers. That means head office have got something on me. A black mark on my file. Trial without jury, that's what this is. Sentenced without appeal.
No, you are being silly. What black mark? You've done no wrong, you know.
Yes, but how do we know what they consider to be wrong? It could have been when I changed to tomato soup for cereals, for all I know. Well, I took for initiative, they took for anarchy.
They've changed their minds, that's all. Look, it happens all the time in big organisations. Anyway, you know what the really wonderful thing is, don't you?
Go on, tell me, what is the really wonderful thing?
We can go to Bournemouth now with me mum and dad.
Fabulous.
Why, what's happened?
Oh, Hartlepool, it's been cancelled, that's all.
Oh, it's never piggy neck.
Oh, thanks, Jack. At least someone appreciates how I feel.
Is that definite? Maybe you've got it wrong, lad.
No chance. It's off. Negated. Deleted. Expunged.
And it's all thanks to Vera.
What?
Yeah, well, she had a quiet word with Mr. Holdsworth. You know, it was only nothing much.
Go on, saying what?
Oh, I don't know, do it because I weren't there.
Well, whatever it was enough to pull the plug on my promotion.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure it was anything that Vera said.
Of course
I mean,
it was. Our Vera's tongue's worn down better men than him. The interfering old bag.
Curly's plans aren't the only ones that have been expunged, are they, Jack? Do you know what? I'm going to have to get a new one. The elastic's gone in this. Mind you, I've had it yonks.
I thought this was meant to be a working holiday.
Well, not all the time. I'll pick myself up a sexy little number when we get over there.
I hope we're still talking about a swimsuit here. Anyway, we might as well take these. There's no point in throwing them out.
Do you know what? The amount of stuff you're taking, we're going to need a suitcase, never mind a rucksack, mon ami. Do you know what? I can't wait to go back.
How old were you when we went last time?
17.
Yeah, she ran away, didn't you? The original teenage rebel, this one.
Well, that was in my youth. Pillar of the community now, you know. Emily Bishop's been giving me lessons. Hey, I'll get one cut really high on the thigh, you know. Make me look dead glamorous.
And how about you, miss? Have you finished your packing?
Just the last few bits and pieces.
Yeah, well, we are planning an early start.
Yeah, I know. I'll go now.
See, she's fine about it. I told you were worrying for nothing.
No, she's not at Betty's. Rita's not seen or heard from her. Stella Rigby knows
Don't
nothing.
worry, Alec. Bet can take care of herself.
Can she, though? I mean, can any of us at the times we're living in? I tell you what, I'll ring our Sandra just on the off chance she's gone over there.
Yeah, I bet you've missed the army, don't you, Jimbo? Having all those men jump to attention every time you open your mouth.
Well, it wasn't quite like that.
Oh, go on. I bet it was. I bet they were all scared stiff of you.
Hey, look, what makes you think that?
Well, you got that masterful way with you, you know.
Well, the one thing I do know is, girls, that you two are taking the mickey out of me something wrong.
Oh, we're not, are we, Audrey? I mean, some men just exude that air of powerful authority.
And some don't.
No, she's not at our Sandra's.
Hi. What's going on here?
See if you can talk some sense into him, will you? Because I can't.
All right, son, what's going on?
Nothing, I just want to keep down here.
Nothing wrong with that, is it?
Hey, don't play games. Just give us a straight answer, eh?
I just don't want to keep in the same room as him, that's all.
Well, that suits me fine. I could do without your snorting all night anyway. Sweet dreams.
Listen, they're not still at it. Look, I thought we had all this sorted out.
Oh, it's got worse.
Oh, I don't know, kids. Well, tell you one thing, I'm glad that wee girl's gone home soon. Right, well, if he doesn't want to keep upstairs in his comfy bed and he's happy down here, that's fine by me. I'm knackered and I'm going to bed. You coming, Liz?
Where the heck have you been?
Well, first I did a bit of shopping, and then I went for a bite to eat. There's a nice little place open just off Deansgate. Do a lovely scampi.
I don't want to know about scampi.
And then I went to pictures. Wasn't much cop. He didn't miss nothing.
Why? Why did you just mizzle off like that for all them hours without a word? Frightening the life out of me.
Were you worried, Pet? I'd no idea.
Well, of course I was worried. What else do you think I'd be?
Well, I thought you didn't give a toss about me. Well, perhaps half a toss. Seeing as you've left me perhaps half your worldly goods.
Eh?
Oh, I forgot to mention. I popped into the bank. Had a little look into your safety deposit box. What you conveniently forgot to tell me about.
You can't have that's private.
I told them I wanted my diamond solitaire out for this big do we're going to. Of course, I haven't got a diamond solitaire. They don't know that, do they?
I don't believe you.
They did. But then, I've been banking at that branch longer than you, haven't I, Sunshine?
You haven't got a key.
Shouldn't leave your things lying around, should you?
And you've no authority. That's in my name. They'd not let you in there, not without authorisation from me.
Now, there, I admit, I was a bit naughty. But you didn't leave me much option, did you? It was a good little copy, if I say so myself.
You forged my signature.
Copied it, Chuck. And you needn't worry, it was strictly a one-off. I won't be signing no big cheques.
Well, I'm appalled at you, Bet. I am ashamed, betrayed. What sort of a wife would stoop to such a level to look at her husband's personal private documents?
The sort of wife whose husband goes behind her back and leaves his granddaughter £20,000. 20 grand, Alec. That's one hell of a flaming keepsake.
You're right. Thought you changed your mind.
No chance, you.
What do you think?